You're listening to the audiobook version of Don't Blame Me by Love Curd on Tumblr and AO3. This audiobook was recorded, edited, and performed by the author, with all the dramatics, questionable sound effects, and emotional damage that implies. Opening credits music was also written by me. It's titled Did It Work by Eva Nicole. This is the most recent installment in the This Is Me Trying universe, and this universe comes with a frankly irresponsible amount of lore, history, and character development. If you haven't listened to the previous works in the series, I highly recommend going back and starting there before continuing. You can start here technically, but I would not advise it unless you enjoy being confused on purpose. Author's note. The This Is Me Trying universe began on the kitchen floor of my first ever apartment on September 4th, 2023. I clutched my phone in one hand and a glass of red wine in the other. I had never been a fan of red wine, not like I had much experience since I had just turned 21 that past April. Who was I kidding? I had had plenty of experience. Illegal experience, but, too much. I drank my way through my first 2 years of college, and was miraculously able to stop when life got serious enough that I needed a job to pay for the apartment I was sitting in at present. I had just gotten off the phone with my parents discussing flight arrangements to attend my grandma's funeral. She died a day prior, completely out of fucking nowhere. I was absolutely shattered. But Rosemary loved a good glass of red, so I obviously had to give it a chance because I'd never be able to spend time back home in New York drinking red wine with her like we'd always planned. I know it sounds toxic, and it kind of was. She was a functioning alcoholic, not the best influence. But she loved me more than anyone in the world, and I loved her just as much. So I downed the rest of my Zinfandel and poured some more. I've never been one for moderation when it comes to drinking. That's just me. I got up off the ground, shaking with grief, and grabbed my laptop. I opened it to where I'd left off watching Stranger Things Season 4 for the 5th fucking time in a row, paused on a shot of Mike in his Hellfire baseball t-shirt and long hair looking fucking ethereal and kind of tired and depressed at the same time. I don't know if it was the lights or what, but I glanced back at my glass of wine, and then it hit me. I built a playlist, and then built an entire world. The This Is Me Trying universe has spiraled out of control from that day 2 years ago. It also saw me through to my college graduation, and afterwards, so thankfully I did not fully follow in Mike's footsteps. This story has taken the shape of something so immense and weighted and powerful and soul-gripping that I can't even believe myself sometimes. I've crafted this world out of the worst experiences in my life, some of the most hopeless and bleak feelings I've ever felt, all poured out into 400-something Google Docs pages so far. No, I am not kidding. Speaking of so far, this is my warning now. Take it and internalize it, because I'm only going to say this once. Replay it if you have to. I will not be listing warnings at the beginning of every chapter. The world has become a very fragile place, but I am not here to comfort you. I'm not here to hold your hand. Hold your own. Hold a friend's. Maybe sit in a circle and hold hands like you're around a campfire. But bottom line, I'm here to tell a story. Not just mine, but a story of unconditional love, political history, relationship dynamics, substance abuse, heartbreak, and most importantly, the stories of those we lost in the AIDS crisis. And listen, I know you're here for Byler. I know you're here for the fandom of it all. I know you're here for a happy ending. But I will not in any way, shape, or form tolerate any threats aimed towards me. I am asking you, yes you, to be a responsible commenter. I have received so much abuse and various kinds of threats over the past 2 years for the decisions I've made regarding the direction I've taken my characters in, and I am not going to stand here and let some shallow-minded, media-illiterate individual strike me down because I made their favorite fictional character struggle. Because ultimately, struggle is synonymous with life. We all struggle, some more or less than others. But this is not about you. This is about Mike, Will, Matt, Wyatt, Priya, Mason, Hannah, Ivy, and all the other characters I've brought in from Stranger Things and my own creation. Additionally, I will not be responding to any more harassment for when the next update is going to be. As of right now, the writing process is about halfway done. So this is your gentle reminder that I am one person with a real life, not a content farm with a writer's room. I, for one, value quality over quantity. And you should too. With all that said, and on a slightly lighter note, here are the dedications for this story. For my best friend Sydney. You've witnessed every scene, every line of dialogue, every plot twist, every fuck-up during my impromptu chapter read-alouds past midnight on the floor of my living room. You stayed over when I was at my lowest after my grandma died and I wanted to join her. You've dragged me through my apartment when I was too drunk to even fucking speak, dude. You're the place I go to feel safe. You're the keeper of my secrets. No matter how dark. And the sister I never had. For my first love, Jess, we orbited each other for such a short time in retrospect, and were torn apart by life taking us in different directions. I still search for your face everywhere I go. For all the people we lost in the AIDS crisis. And I say we because although I wasn't alive for it, the height of the epidemic happened a little under 2 decades before I was born, I've dedicated so much time to researching, learning, and grieving that it no longer feels distant to me. I hope I've done the topic justice. May we never forget. For my grandma, Rosemary, the first person to support me in literally any creative endeavor I pursued. I hope every day that she's proud of me for this. I know she would be all over Facebook bragging about it, for sure. And for my mom, for all the times you told me my story sounded amazing, that you wanted to read it, only to make it halfway through chapter 1 and refuse to read the rest because it was gay. I know that you love my other writing, the straight kind, and I know that you don't have faith in this story and its success. But face it, you're the reason why I am who I am, and why I write what I write. So, I should be thanking you. Truly. This is Don't Blame Me. Hope you enjoy.